Hi everyone, I am Sidra and I'm going to present my first Capstone project, Analyzing and Visualizing Toronto Bus Delay Data 2024 by Toronto Transit Commission. Here I did some metadata review. This data is published by Transit Commission and the data freshness rate is 99%. As I started this project on April 17, so I take the data on last refreshed on April 16th. And there is a developer ID as a developer code that developers can access it using API if they want to use the real-time data. So I start by first importing the libraries, data analysis library, DataSpanda and matplotlib library for data visualization, and I uploaded the data by using the file path present in my computer, and yet I use the command pd.read_excel to upload the data. And you can see the shape of my data is 13,716 rows and 10 columns. And the type of this DTC bus delay is dictionary. Then I run this code for a loop for if there is any sheet left, because in previous versions the data for each month is present different sheet, but for 2024 most of the data is present in one sheet. But this code, if there is I missed any data that is present in other sheets, so it will also add the data from other sheets into my TTC bus delay data. As you can see, I have all the data in one sheet, so it shows me the sheet is still 13,716 rows and 10 columns. Then I use the head command to print the head of my TTC bus delay data. Then I use the .info method to get the information of my data frame and to analyze which data type each fields hold. As you can see, the date is date time and the route and time and location and incident, minimum delay, minimum gap, direction, vehicle. It's all data type are object, integer and integer, and how much memory it is using. I want to see the column names. I did print it separately. The column names are date, route, time, day, location, incident, minimum delay, minimum gap, direction, and vehicle. And the data type of the whole columns are object. Now I print again the data type. So as you can see, the data type is, as you can previously, the data type is the same. So I print it again to see what I need to change the data type. Now I want to pre-process my data by analyzing the null values in my data frame. Use the method is null.sum that will sum the null values in each column. As you can see, the my route and direction column has the most null values. So the describe method will print the statistical summary of my data frame. As you can see, print the statistical summary, minimum delay, minimum give, but vehicle we don't uh, need much about vehicle information, so we can leave it as it is, or if we need it, we can change into object type, data type. Now I want to count the values in each column. So you can see it gives me the count of rows, count of values in each column, 32211. Now I want to find out the unique classes in the location column. There is Cleland, Glen Lake, Finch Station, Blower and Manning, Blower and Queens Park, PT and Albion, Blower and Bedford, data type object. Now I want to select the text categorical column. So it select the data types, data categorical. And now I want to loop through the text columns. And I want to find the most uh, common value in the columns and the number of unique values in column. By running the for loop, first I select the text column, then I run the for loop. As you can see, the most common value in root is 32 and the number of unique values 224. Most common value time is 7 and the number of unique time values are 1428. Most common value in column day is Friday and the number of unique values 7. Most common value in column location is Candy Station and the values unique are 4063. And incident is mechanical common value and unique values are 12. In direction here is N is north is more common and the unique values are 10. Now convert the data type of minimum delay from integer to time. Data utilize the minimum delay column of my data frame and convert PD to time delta, and then I use minimum delay column and unit is M. Date will convert from integer to time. After I converted, I printed the data type, and as we can see, the minimum delay has been data type has been changed in our time delta. Now I'm changing the column from minimum gap to minimum underscore gap. Now you can see the minimum gap. When I print, the minimum gap has been changed into minimum underscore gap. Now find the count of values of text column. In the like my direction is a text column and I want to count the values. Like which each class, the value of each class present or each categorical variable. North is 30,000, 3,037. South is 3,037. East is 2,739. West is 2,595. And some are the redundant value and wrong data entries that we're going to remove. So B is for, I don't know much about B, but I think it's also the data entry error. Now I convert my data frame into CSV file and I use the method to underscore CSV and use the file path of my folder where I want to save my Excel file. So it will convert this Excel into CSV and it will save same into the data frame. Now I print the head and you can see the data type is the top head of the data. Now I want to extract the hour from the time column and I use the PD to date time alt etc bus data time and format is hour and M for minute dt dot hour. So it, and when I print the head I can say it extracted the hour from the time column. Now I see the unique values in the direction column. It is southwest, east, and these are some data entry errors that we can either ignore or I can remove in the going forward. Now only want to print the direction date rows where the direction has missing value. So this data frame almost I have 2345 rows in the direction columns that are missing. And we don't know what was the really direction is. Now we have some redundant values that I am replacing with none. So I use the replace dictionary and now I replace the values in the direction column by using the replace method. Now the unique value is none. With none I replace by the data entry errors value like 092 and backslashes. Now north, south, west, east, ground. B for either floor or basement, or I don't know exactly what it is. Now only want to, now I want to subset my data frame using lock method. So lock is basically take the data as an array. The filter rows based on direction. Then time, location, and direction. Like I filter rows based on direction where there is missing value and print the head summary. Then it gives me the top 5 rows. Now I again sum the is null in my total data frame each column. As you can see, root is still 129 and direction is 2349 null values. Now I am describing a data frame containing records with NaN in a subset of columns. Now I am using NaN, all TTC bus delay is null, any access equal to 1 is, I am trying to access my data with regards to column and it's printed the rows with regards to the NaN values. Now I am dropping NaN values from root and minimum gap column because they have less NaN values and direction has lot of Na values or missing values. If we or delete all the null values, then we can lose a lot of data. So that's why we choose to remove the remove the NaN values from the columns where we have less data. We can not miss a lot of data. Now we did the grouping and aggregation method. I applied group by method to direction. As you can see, I sum the hour, like how many hours or delay does each direction have in 2024. Sorry for a mistake here. So I sum the hour like the blower basement 91 hour mean it's a integer. So we can always convert into second if you want to see the because it's a count, so obviously it would be an integer. As you can see, it's 35,976 hours, and G is 18, and north is 40,000, and south and west. Now I again use the aggregate method. I want to use the group. I want to use the Now I want to group by date, and I want to apply aggregation to day column, and I want to count the days. I want to sum the minimum delay, and I want to find the mean or average the minimum gap column. And when I print head, Then I got the date, which date is day counts 100, total delay is 2 days, and minimum gap is 55.72. It's the mean, and it's the sum and the count of days. It's like 100 days. On this date, I print the aggregation. Now I apply the plot method on my sum aggregation. So I got this graph. As you can see, there is a lot of variability in each day. Each date, there is not fixed line. Each day has a different delay and different hours and different minutes. We cannot say which is like some days more and some days are less, and we also then see the each plot different. As you can see, minimum gap is the total delay and the day count. As you can see, the all day counts and total delay and mean gap has a in their data, but there are some like on the between 12 19 their data that has higher gap and there's higher delay and day counts are also more. As I have calculated my correction group, that is sum of hours. Now I want to plot it. I want to say how many hours did each direction got delay. The most of the delays hours are for north and south region direction. So this was basically my capstone project for analyzing and visualizing the data. As you can see, we have applied a lot of methods and lot of aggregations and uses the data analysis library to analyze the data that we can apply for analyzing to any data. And I have also visualized this data, what this data is displaying. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great day.